Oh, that's so appropriate. Welcome, friends. And what is the big dream on your heart? What is the highest intention for your soul here in this life? We are going to go deep today because it is the Capricorn New Moon, and Capricorn really likes everything to be in order. I know this because my oldest son was born on this day and this moon, and he actually has 9 placements in Capricorn, including his sun and his moon. And he needs everything to be in its place. And so this is a really powerful opportunity with this Capricorn new moon to really put your ideas and visions in place so that you have a clear path forward, so that you really can make progress towards this highest vision for yourself. I've been listening to some old wisdom around success lately, and success can be defined as making progress towards an ideal. So allow yourself to celebrate how far you've come and allow yourself to really dream and plan for something better. Because if we don't have a vision, if we don't have goals, then we're not really going anywhere in life. And we might as well just be moving towards the grave.
Cash it all in.
Yeah. And, Madeleine is such a great inspiration to me around this because at 81, she continues to learn and grow and try new things. And really, that's what life is about, right? Is feeling better about yourself every day. I'm a very competitive person, but I don't compete with you. I don't compete with you. I compete with me. Yeah. I want to become better than I was yesterday, every day today, so that I have something to look forward to tomorrow for as long as I am here in this body. So
yeah,
Madeleine has prepared some deep wisdom around this season, and she pulled a card from her Ancient Mother's alphabet card book. Oh, 2 cards. I did miss the memo. And so we're going to share that. And then I will bring you into a deep intention setting meditation so that you can really ground this wisdom into what it means in your personal life and plant the seed of your intention in the womb of your creative being so that you can nurture it through this time of dark reflection that we are in right now, and that it may blossom for you in the springtime.
Yeah, well, that's a good lead-in because the Hebrew calendar is an indigenous calendar, and all of the deeper indigenous cultures seem to place the holidays or holy days, including they're often lunar rather than solar calendars, and those days tend to follow more of a 13-month progression and follow also the energy of the natural world rather than a made-up world that comes far later with patriarchy. And so the Hebrew month.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to interrupt to tell everyone how beautiful it is outside. If you see me look like I'm going off into space, it's because I'm watching the snowfall outside the window.
And it's magical.
It's really magical. And I wanted to bring you all into this space as Madeleine shares this card, like we're gathering in a circle around a cozy fire while the snow is falling outside. And we'd love to
hear
trees are where you're tuning in from. Yeah, it's so beautiful. So continue, Madeleine.
Anyway, yes. So the name of this month on the Hebrew calendar is Shabbat. And on the Hebrew calendar, it isn't the first month of the year. It is actually the 11th. And the gematria, which is the numerology of that, of 11 breaks down to the number 2, which, according to my book, Our Ancient Mother's Alphabet, a new Kabbalistic approach to the Hebrew alphabet and the Tarot, is the letter Bet. And what the letter Bet is about, I'll show you the picture I have of that letter, which is I took the letter shape and turned it into a somewhat of an image that might reflect the meaning of it. It is the womb or house. And as this new moon is, and in this new moon month, Shabbat, we will have Tu B'Shvat, which is the New Year of the trees. And the Chinese New Year happens around the same time also. But the letter 2 is representative of a house or womb. And so in your body, just sit for a moment, close your eyes, and just feel, whether you're male or female, that place where your legs and torso meet, the deepest place in your torso, is where creation grows up from. And so in the number 2, you move from wholeness into the first creation beyond wholeness, which is the seed that the creative puts in the womb of your body, in the womb of the world, in the womb of your spirit, so that you can see what it is you will be nourishing and nurturing for this month as we're heading towards the new year of the trees, which is where the things are beginning to form in the unseen beneath the earth, rather than up here where the flowers and leaves are, but deep in the unseen places within you. You will know that there are things that are your highest dreams, your highest goals, your highest self-awareness can grow from. And so, and I want you I want to say something. I'm 81, and just the other day, somebody said, "Oh, well, you're so self-serving." And I realized we all need to be self-serving. We need to be other-serving as well. And I never realized how shaming that idea was and how much that idea held me back from my highest good. And so here I am, still growing, still learning, still gaining insights into the deeper meanings of my own experience. So I encourage you, you can always do this all your life, because that's what we're here for. And the second card that I pulled is the number 5, and that's because the letters in the word Shabbat add up to the number 5 when they're worked with numerologically in the gematria. And the number 5 is represented, and you can kind of see it in my card here. It's represented as a wind door.
It says breath of life.
And it's where we take in the breath of life. It's where we realize that we are self-serving and we're breathing out to the wider world and taking in from that world. And so it's self and other serving, because if we're not taking care of ourselves, like that whole airplane thing about putting on the mask and breathing there first, how can we help and share with the next person? And it's important when we're growing that seed within our being, it's important to recognize that as we grow, we are having more that we're then capable of sharing to those we love, to those we even even if we don't love them, just people we see every day that are in some way serving us. Maybe they're waitresses, maybe they're housekeepers, maybe they're care providers, maybe they're our friend, our best friend. All the ways we are served by everyone that comes into our presence is part of our breath.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
part of what we can share with and connect with deeply.
So beautiful. I love the way that you shared that. And it really evoked in me how important it is to be in that balance of giving and receiving. And, um, and really the value of you is not just in what you do. It's not just in the service that you give. And yet when we want to be in balance of giving and receiving, it is important to be in service to others, and it is important to fully open to receiving the benefits of our service, to be self-serving, as Madeleine put it. And that's really why I love so much the community that Madeleine and I are a part of, because we're really all about getting paid to be ourselves, activating that flow of giving and receiving by stepping fully into serving from our highest good, from our hearts, from our sense of becoming better humans in order to make the world a better place. Because if we put all our energy out there, like if you're trying to change what's going on in the Ukraine or the Middle East, then you might feel like this kind of goes back to what I was saying about success. If you want to be successful in life, then you need to have the goal of bettering yourself as that primary goal, because that's what you really have the access to change, right? And so we're going to invite you to experience more of that with us. But first, I want to really give you an opportunity to take this time to get really clear on your vision. Because like we said earlier, if we don't visualize what goes in that seed that we plant, that intention seed that we plant within the womb of our creative being, needs to be clear so that we can access what are the next steps to actually bring that flowering, the blossoming of our intention, and ultimately that fruit that we can harvest and access for our survival, right? So I like to work with water. Madeleine brought us some water.
I had a thing that I wanted to just say there in terms of the breath of life. Is air, is H2O. So
no, water is H2O.
I mean, not H2O.
Air has H2O in it.
H2O in it, but air is the oxygen part.
The part of air that we
breathe.
Yeah,
and so we're breathing in air that isn't, if it was pure oxygen, we'd go blind, so it has to have a little bit of water in
carbon dioxide
and carbon other things in it, but
nitrogen.
Water is always part of it. And so with the plant, what grows in the seed needs the oxygen and it needs the water. It needs the air and the water to grow. And so as we're nourishing that seed within us, we are needing to make sure it has that breath that we are putting into our bodies.
The ground, the nutrients in the earth. I'm really calling back in the earth element here, that because we're in the Capricorn season. And so we also need the fire element. The fire nourishes the earth. And so when you're forming your intention, allow yourself to feel the passion behind that intention. It may be love of life. It may be love of your children or your partner. It may be love of travel or the pure love of creation, right? Whatever that motivational passion is, let's connect with that as we plant our seeds of intention.
Yeah.
So take a glass of water and take a deep,
Always.
full breath. And with your exhale, breathe it into the water as if offering your breath to that precious water that is the foundation of life. And visualize that within your water, the molecules, all those little H2Os, are holding hands, joining together to hold the seed of your intention. And so take a moment now before you drink your water to step into this vision that you have for your life. What does it look like to live your perfect life? If you could design your life, how would you design it? What would be the elements? What would your perfect day look like? Take a moment to see it, feel it. What are the sounds, the smells, the flavors of it? Who are you sharing it with? Take another deep breath. And again, sending that breath into your water, holding the vision as if you can plant it deep into the womb space at the core of your being. And we'll take a drink of water together to water that seed, to nurture it from within. And we'd love to hear from some of you. What arose in your vision? What is one thing that you can pull, that can coalesce, you can pull from your vision to hold as the next step, then that one thing that you can take action on today?
Yeah.
And if your vision includes creating generational wealth, if it includes spreading health and wealth and well-being to as many others as possible, then we would love to invite you into this really powerful 2-day masterclass that we are in the midst of. The class has happened, but the replay is still open. You haven't missed it
Yeah.
yet. And Madeleine, I was there for day one yesterday, and we did some really powerful mindset work, and we learned some powerful tools to help us step
Yes.
into the identity that will allow us to really harvest fully and be successful in our goals. And then today we talked about the business model and how you can plug into existing systems and automations and offers to really create generational wealth for yourself and your family. And I actually missed day two, so I'm going to be catching the replay along with you if you dive in, because today was my son's 30th birthday. I can't believe I have a 30-year-old child. So I wanted to hear from you, Madeleine. What was your biggest takeaway? What can people expect to learn, and how has it impacted you to watch these videos?
Well, the first thing was that what I learned was the idea that we can have a lot of negative self-talk about I don't have time. It's easy for me at 81 to say, oh, I don't have time to do anything new because I just want to, screw that. So, you snap the rubber band and you go, cancel, cancel, cancel. I have all the time in the world because time is relative and I am here.
Mm.
And so, or it's too expensive. I don't have money. Cancel, cancel, cancel. I have all I need, and money can flow into my life generously.
Yeah.
So just work with that alone to start catching, or I'm too fat or whatever, use it to catch yourself. Cancel, cancel, cancel. My body is perfect. I am vital and alive and everything works. So, just use that, put a little rubber band and if it hurts when it does that, which it does, it's getting red. That's putting a sense of, oh, I don't want to think that because I might get a snap. And if you do that for a week or longer, if you need to, you start to become aware of when you're having negative thoughts that undermine, that can actually rot the little seed you want to grow. Snap the rubber band and you start catching yourself and correcting and changing your mind, which as long as you're alive, you're able to change your mind. And when you change your mind, you change your whole life. And so that is the first thing, but that was from the first day. And then the second day actually had to do with recognizing that this particular model is different than other MLMs because you're only buying items that you will use in your home. You don't have to buy things to convince your neighbor to buy. You just buy what will enrich your life one way or the other by its existence in your home, and then share with people what it's done for you and what it can do. And that's a big difference than other MLMs. Plus, it has this amazing legacy component put in there so that as you have, so you don't have to always be having a job and be up for going to work today when you don't feel like it for one reason or other, or you don't have money. And so just the idea that you can get money, all it takes, if you have a quad, which is, it takes, I think, 15 sales in order to make $100,000 in a year, 15 sales in a year. But
wow. So we're going
crazy
into spaces that are probably a little confusing for those of you that haven't learned all the details. And so I really encourage you, if this is piquing your curiosity, if you want to know what the heck are you talking about, I can make 15 sales and be freeing and be set up and be able to just have my business flowing, then you may want to join us. If you just want to have your mind expanded to really shift your identity into the highest version of yourself. That's what I really love about this community is that we know that the strategies that you'll learn if you come and watch these videos, that's only 20% of what it takes to be successful as an entrepreneur. 80% of it is the inner work that we do to become a better human.
Yeah.
And so this 2-day masterclass that's on replay is really going to give you tools both to shift your identity into that $1 million version of yourself and to on the ground have the strategy to actually create $1 million business if that's something that you feel attracted to. So let us know in the comments. Drop Life by Design in the comments if you want to learn how we are utilizing this community and resources to build our life by design. And we'll see you in that group.
And I just want to put in one little last thing, which is in the end, it doesn't matter so much as to how much money you can make. In the end, it's that everything you're learning, everything you're doing, that is giving you deeper awareness of yourself, of your connection to people in the world, to the world itself, to life itself, is growing you. And as long as you are continuing to grow, you're not dying. And that's why, as old as I am, I feel this is still an exciting place to go, whether or not I ever make lots of money. That is possible.
That's a really important point, Madeleine, that, the potential for building legacy wealth is very enticing. And yet what we receive just by being on the journey is well worth the investment of time and money that we make here. And so always think of your investments that way. What will I learn? How will I grow? How will this benefit myself, my family, my home, my community, my world? And so if you want to come check out more, drop Life by Design in the comments, or just say masterclass, or say let me in,
or hi, we want
to know you. We want to know you better. Yeah. We want to know you're here. So say something. Anybody out there, say something.
Because we have such a good time together.
Yeah. So until next time, happy new moon. Keep grounding those intentions into your creative being. Keep creating your life by design, and we will see you again soon.
Maybe at the full moon.
Maybe before.
One never knows where we'll show up.
Until then, ta-ta for now.